Okay students, how are you? All fine? So today we have to talk about an important concept, that is catalysis. Catalysis is a phenomena which was very first time observed by Berzelius. Now what is this catalysis? What do we mean by this catalysis? Actually, what do we observe? There are certain chemical reactions, chemical changes which takes place with their own speed, with their own rate of reaction, but by adding certain substances we can change their rate of reactions. I just want to draw your attention to an example. Like, let us take the example of this potassium chlorate. It decomposes to give potassium chloride and oxygen. Now let us consider there is no MnO2. MnO2 is not present there. Now this reaction, this decomposition takes place. This potassium chlorate decomposes, but it decomposes at a temperature of approximately, it needs a temperature of approximately 653 Kelvin to 873 Kelvin temperature. See how high temperature it needs for decomposition. But now as and when you add MnO2 to it, now interesting, as and when we added MnO2 to it, now it needs only a temperature of 453 Kelvin to 633 Kelvin, maximum temperature. Without MnO2, minimum temperature was 653. Now with MnO2, maximum temperature is 633 Kelvin. Temperature is decreased. So this is the effect of catalyst. So I repeat, catalyst is a substance. This MnO2, which is to be called as a catalyst. So this catalyst is a substance which changes the rate of reaction. This we have to talk today. This catalyst which changes the rate of reaction, and it doesn't undergo any change in its chemical composition or in its mass. In fact, if it involves in the reaction, even after that, after the reaction, it remained quite unchanged. No change in mass, no change in chemical composition. This is called a catalyst, and the reaction where we have to study about this effect of catalyst, or where we use these catalysts to study of this phenomena, is called as catalysis. So this catalysis topic we have to take. Now what I told, catalyst changes the rate of reaction. Changes means it can increase, or you can say speed up the rate of reaction. It can also decrease the rate of reaction. So on this account we study that catalysts are classified and catalysts, and so catalysis are of two types. Positive catalysis, where a kind of reaction where the rate of reaction increases because of presence of a substance. So increase in rate of reaction, an example of positive catalysis, and if there is a decrease in rate of reaction, it is an example of negative catalysis. For example, here I have taken the example of potassium chlorate. I just discussed with you. You add MnO2, it increases the rate of reaction. I think you remember, without MnO2, maximum temperature is needed, correct, 873 Kelvin. But now with MnO2, maximum temperature needed only 633 Kelvin. So this is MnO2, it is an example of positive catalyst because it increases the rate of reaction. And negative, as the name tells, is substance which decreases the rate of reaction. Like we find that hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, we call H2O2, is quite unstable liquid. It decomposes to water and oxygen on its own. You just leave H2O2 undisturbed, it decomposes. So its decomposition can be reduced, its rate of decomposition can be reduced in presence of glycerol. So this glycerol is an example of a negative catalyst because it decreases the decomposition of H2O2. So this is broadly positive and negative. Now when we further study, now we come to know that we have many reactions where some substance are added and they influences the rate of reaction. So when we further studied these catalysts and about these catalytic reactions, so then we have another way of classifying the catalytic reactions, or we have another way of classifying the catalysis. And on this basis, the catalysts and catalysis are further classified into two types. One is homogeneous catalysis and other is heterogeneous catalysis. As a name tell, homo means same. Now automatically hetero means different. So means first we talk about homogeneous catalysis. Homo means same, means it is a kind of catalytic reaction where you see now all the reactants and catalysts are in same phase. SO2 in gaseous phase, O2 in gaseous phase, NO, it is the catalyst, it is also in gaseous phase. Even product is also in gaseous phase. Homogeneous. You just take another example. We have taken, it is an ester, liquid. We add water to it, it is liquid. We use H2SO4, it is liquid. Even product, acetic acid and alcohol, they are also liquids. So when all are same, especially reactant and catalysts are same, it is an example of homogeneous catalysis. You just see now, it is an example where reactants are in gaseous phase, nitrogen and hydrogen in gaseous phase, but catalyst iron is in different phase. So it is an example of heterogeneous catalysis. So this is another way. Now our main point is there. We have to talk about homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. But today we will focus on homogeneous catalysis. I just told you homogeneous catalysis means where the reactant and catalyst are in same phase. Now point is there how this homogeneous catalysis work, how this homogeneous catalytic reactions takes place. So to explain this, we have a theory and this is called intermediate compound formation theory. Intermediate compound formation theory. Intermediate compound. Now see, let us take an example of oxidation of SO2. This is the reaction I am redealing it. This is SO2, this is oxygen, catalyst NO, and you are getting SO3. You know, this is an example of homogeneous catalysis. Now point is there how this reaction actually takes place, how this homogeneous catalysis actually takes place. So here, according to intermediate compound formation theory, what do we find? This catalyst, NO is the catalyst. It reacts with one of the reactant. You see, oxygen is the reactant, NO is the catalyst. So reactant, or you can say catalyst, reacts with one of the reactant to form an intermediate compound. You know the meaning of intermediate compound? Intermediate compound means which is neither reactant nor the product, which is formed during the reaction, and these are quite unstable. We do not get in the products. So catalyst with reactant forming intermediate compound. Now this intermediate compound, SO2 reactant is left. So this intermediate compound react with another reactant to give product. You get this product and catalyst is regenerated. It is an example of homogeneous catalysis. Whenever you have to talk, you have to discuss about homogeneous catalysis, you can explain on the basis of this intermediate compound formation theory. Learn it, see it properly. This is important.